where we uncover the facts, examine the evidence, and make sure no case is forgotten. Welcome to Viral Crimes with Jocelyn, where we uncover the facts, examine the evidence, and make sure no case is forgotten. Welcome to Viral Crimes with Jocelyn, where we uncover the facts, examine the evidence, and make sure no case is forgotten. Welcome to Viral Crimes with Jocelyn, where we uncover the facts, examine the evidence, and make sure no case is forgotten. Welcome to Viral Crimes with Jocelyn, where we uncover the facts, examine the evidence, and make sure no case is forgotten. Welcome to Viral Crimes with Jocelyn, where we uncover the facts, examine the evidence, and make sure no case is forgotten. Welcome to Viral Crimes with Jocelyn, where we uncover the facts, examine the evidence, and make sure no case is forgotten. Okay, you guys, we should be back. We really should be back. I done tested everything. We're going to wait before I start because, like I said, this was. Oh, we are back, you guys. Thank you guys for hanging in there. So listen, welcome to Viral Crimes with Jocelyn for another deadly Leo case breakdown. So let me turn this down. Sometimes I got to keep this up just to make sure because listen, I just did my award-winning intro again. I'm so sad. Listen, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. My Cash App is up there. I got a tip box in there. Listen, the struggle be real out here in these streets. It is no different for the Viral Crimes with Jocelyn family. Okay? So today, we are venturing into Memphis. Memphis. Did I say it right? If you guys can guess who we are breaking down tonight, put it in the chat, you guys. Let me know. What are you guys thinking? But I will tell you this. I had not heard much of this case, but when I'm doing my homework, because it is Leo season, because your girl is a Leo, I said I have to find someone else who's a Leo. Someone out there that's just like tough and rough with the Afro puffs. Anyway, so I ran across this young man. Where he at? Let me pull him up so you guys can see. Okay, where we at? There we go. And let me rename that so I don't get it confused. This is young DOLPH, you guys. This case actually broke my heart. Like I said, I hadn't heard of him. So when I did, and I started to read about his case, my heart went out to him and his family. So tonight, we're going into Memphis. But before there was a young DOLPH, before the millions, you guys, before the paper route empire, before the camouflage cars, before the diamonds, before 100 pals. 100. Let that ring in. 100 pals. Before a bakery in South Memphis became a crime scene and eventually a memorial scene, there was a young boy named Adolph Robert Thornton Jr., a child born on July 27th, 1985. And family, July 27th means we have ourselves another Leo. We have another Leo. The list is long, I will tell you. I have to sift through. So if you go back and check the previous episodes, we have some great breakdowns, okay? And if you've been following this Deadly Leo series, you already know that what we're going to get into tonight. Not because a zodiac sign caused the tragedy. That is not it, you guys. I'm a Leo and I ain't never pow nobody. So the sign doesn't mean anything. But there's aspects of that sign I like to bring in because I'm familiar with it. But because we are asking whether the symbolism fits the man, the lion, the lioness, the pride, the independence, the desire to lead instead of follow. We are not followers. And I promise you, if you have a Leo in your life that you think is a follower, they are suppressing themselves. They're submitting. Because we are not followers whatsoever. We lead the pack, and we lead the pack to greatness. And when you look at young DOLPH's career, there's one word, as I was going through this whole case breakdown, that kept coming back to me. And it was ownership. This was a man who didn't just want a seat at someone else's table. And that's a Leo for you. We like to make our own table. And we will grind, like I say all the time. I came up with this ideal to be a content creator. I ain't going to tell you how old I am, but I'm over 50. Over 50. And this was something I said I'm going to do. And when a Leo said they're going to do something, a Leo does it. We execute it and we get it done. And then we wait until the next idea. My family always say I say that word wrong, but you know what I mean. Comes to my mind. So ownership is what I thought about when I started breaking down his case. This man, this was a man who didn't just want a seat, you guys, like I stated. He wanted to provide the table. Young Dolph wanted the chairs, the building, and the deed to the property. I owned my first home at 28. 28. And a lot of doors were slammed in my face because I didn't have the credit. My credit score was low. I said, nope, I'm going to keep fighting. End up getting somebody. My interest rate was higher than giraffe, but I got it. And then I refinanced a couple of years later. So never allow the door to be closed, because if you keep knocking enough, I promise you, somebody will open. I promise you. I had at least at that age, let me think. I will say at least 12 lenders, give or take. And then I went to church and the sermon was on, do not let the door close because God has it open for you. And I said, oh my God, this is for me. And I kept applying. And then eventually I found a lender and I got my first house. So push on. So he built Paper Route Empire because he wanted to control his own music and his future. I get it, bruh. I get it. So even Dolph's sister later described that independent streak as a fundamental to who he was. Someone determined to build something of his own that could not only help himself, but help other people. Okay? So I love that part about him. He was about giving back to his community, about teaching, about letting them know how I got this far. I may not have made it to the mountaintop, but I've gotten this far. And you know what? I was that girl. When I got my house, everybody in my family came to me. How did you do it? And I was getting everybody their homes with no down payments. Everybody, that's what a Leo does. We will bear all the stripes and come back and make life easier for you. So if you got a Leo in your camp and you're not utilizing that Leo, you're the issue. I promise you. Because that Leo is roaring in the background, waiting for you to say, okay, let's step forward. Now you have some rebellious Leos that will just kick in the door, but when you get my age, you're married and stuff, you don't allow your king to lead, that's what you do. And we know that as Leo women. So anyway, he built the Paper Route Empire. He wanted to teach, he wanted to groom, he wanted people in his camp to understand this is how I did it. And he didn't want nobody to control it. But here we are tonight. Story gets dark, you guys. Because sometimes being the lion makes you visible. So, and I won't say being the lion makes you visible, but being a lioness. And I remember, the way I floss, the way I move, and I remember saying to one of my male friends, I'm tired every time I go out. I'm getting all this attention, men are tucking and award and, and I'm like, I'm tired of it. So he said, well, you need to tone yourself down because you walk in and you demand the attention. But in my mind, I'm saying to myself, I'm just being me. I didn't ask the club to name me Hollywood. I didn't ask when I walk into the scene for them to announce me I'm here. I'm like, what is going on? So it's unfortunate that we have to do that to allow other people to shine, because if we don't, we shutting down listen, you don't want to be in the presence of a Leo and you got low self-esteem. You don't want to do that. I'm just telling you. So everybody sees you, you guys. Your supporters see you, your competition sees you, and your enemy sees you. Everybody sees you. It sucks. But you were born like this. Once someone understands somebody and they like myself, it's not that I look at astrology as something as the end all to be all, but I know there's science behind that and I'm not stupid. Okay. And I know a lot of this is real. They did a lot of things to put together these things so we can understand each other better. So when I get into a relationship, the first thing I did was I ran out and I bought, now mind you, I was married, divorced anyway. So now I'm in a dating scene that I ain't been in a dating scene since I was 18 years old. Now I'm 40 years old. So it's like, you know what? I need to learn what I'm dealing with out here in these streets. So I go and I buy this book and I'm reading. I'm like, okay. And I meet somebody and it's a Virgo. And I start to read. I'm like, whoa, they can be really difficult at times. You're like Leo men, like Virgo men, they're headstrong. I'm a headstrong Leo woman. I'm like, okay, that's a Virgo. So I'm starting to break this down. So I understand this person. And it's because I understand this person, I believe we've lasted this long. So break it down. Stop looking at everything at face value. Learn the person that you're with. And then you can understand this is not your fault. You were just born this way. So I get the choice whether or not I want to be with you. So anyway, your enemies, they see you, you guys. Young Dolph survived pals before. Hold on. I don't think I might have put that in the, no, I didn't. Because I saw a picture of him. He was in the hospital. Hold on. Let me see. Like, y'all know what y'all get when y'all live on Violent Crimes with Jocelyn. We're not rushing through nothing. I got all the time in the world for my Violent Crimes family. I love you guys. And thank you for your support. Like I said, we are at over 34,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you guys. I pray for you guys every night. If you watch my lives to the end, I pray for every single person that has clicked in. I don't care if you've clicked in for 1 second. I pray for you in the name of Jesus that whatever you are going through in your life is dissolved. And if you're wanting to grow, that God gives you that tenacity to push through. I pray all the time for my subscribers because that's what we do. We care about the people that are part of this community. So anyway, so I did come across a video. It wasn't a video. It was a picture. Hold on. I don't think I saved it. And he was laid in the bed because he had been pal before. This is not the first time that this young man has suffered this pain at the hands of a. Now, all you YouTubers, we cannot say certain words. So if I'm out here playing, what's that game? Oh my God, we just played it the other day too. I'm mouthing it. What is it? Drop it in the chat if you know what the name is. So yeah, so we're playing those type of games tonight. Okay. So here, okay, let's slow it down. I'm a speedball. I'm from New York. I'm a New Yorker. So I tend to run my mouth before my brain. But here we are, where tonight's story, it gets dark, you guys. Okay. Because sometimes being the lion makes you visible. Everybody sees you. Your supporters see you. Your competitors see you. Your enemy sees you. And young Dolph survived many of pal incidents before, and he made it through it. So he survived a vehicle being riddled with pal in Charlotte. He survived being pal in Hollywood. This poor man had 7. What does a cat have? Whatever a cat has, he had it. But and incorporated that survival into his music and his mythology. He felt every word that he rapped. But on November 17th, 2021, Dolph went home. Oh God, I say this all the time on this channel. I'm from New York. I don't live in New York now. I live 1,000 miles away from New York. But when I come home, I feel safe. I'm hanging out. I'm going into the spots that I grew up in. I'm checking in with the people that I grew up with. I ain't been back to New York in years because I realized I was there. That was my past. I'm not going to end up like Lot's wife and turn into a pillar of salt because I continue to look back. Hell no, I ain't going back. Listen, I fly my daddy in here every chance I get. You coming to me, Papa, until I have to go to you because I don't care to be there. I love you. I love New York, you guys. But the real New Yorkers know it is not for the faint at heart So anyway, young Dolph decides to go home to Memphis during the Thanksgiving season. Okay. Home to a neighborhood that knew him, that loved him, that he grew up in, that he trusted. And he walked into one of his favorite local businesses, Makita's Homemade Cookies. Okay. And let me show y'all when he walked into Makita's home cookies, what happened to him, which actually made my heart drop just a little bit. But before we get into this, let me show you how much of a Leo our boy was. Because I know for myself, I would love one of these inside my living room where I can watch TV in it. And then everybody, listen, I just say, hey, can y'all bring me a cup of water? Can y'all please bring... Listen, I need one of these chairs in my living room, you guys. I do. Because I am the queen of this house. Spoil life, spoil wife, mama spoil. I am the number one person in this house. So I feel how he feels. Like it's resonating to me. I swear, you guys, like his energy is saying, oh, Leo, Leo, Leo. Okay. So now, realistically, we ain't stupid. We like flashy things. Let me show you guys. And now I have said this. If I had the financial means, I would want 10 vehicles of my liking with pink and a little bit of gray splashes to represent the viral crimes with Jocelyn and to promote it on. And he did just that. Look at this, you guys. This was your boy's fleet of vehicles. It was a fleet. Oh my God. Look, everybody. Look, and this was his signature fleet. And I love this for him. I love it for him. And I also don't like this for him because this made, sorry, you guys, where we at? This made King Dolph a target. Okay, so there's nothing funny about this video, but I'm just trying to lighten it up because that's what we do here. This is for education purposes. We're learning. Don't run your mouth on the internet. Shut your gums. God said when he gives you, go in your closet and pray on it. He don't say to grab the microphone and be like, hello, everybody. No, but that's okay. And so yeah, so this was how he lived. And it was another picture that if you go back onto the other episodes of the Deadly Leos, they all have a picture exactly like this. Hold on, you guys. Let me see. Let's look. Where is it? Right here. The money shot. They all have this picture. Why? Why is it so important to do these? You know, so now we are at the Makita spot. Okay. Where are we at? I know they told, okay, so now we're at Makita spot. This is Makita spot right here. The homemade cookies. Minutes later, Memphis had lost one of its most recognizable sons. But family, 4 years of court proceeding would reveal a story even darker than fans imagine. The case was based on money. Oh God, rivalries. I say this all the time on this channel. You guys, please listen to me. I have experienced this for you. If you are riding in a car and your back seat fit 3 people and you got one in the front and then you got the driver, I promise you, one of those people in that vehicle do not like you, want to see you succeed, and actually is plotting against you. And if you're so delusional that you don't agree with this, that's on y'all. Because I'm telling you, I don't care how much you grown up with each other. We've been friends since kindergarten. We was in the sucking lollipops together. It don't matter. Everybody's human and everybody has their ability to feel what they want to feel, and they don't like you. So anyway, so we had the money, the robberies, we had the cell phone records, a stolen Mercedes, a co-defendant turning witness. It's always a Judas in the camp. If Jesus, Lord, if Jesus had a Judas, you think you don't? Are you above the man? Come on. So a co-defendant turning witness, an alleged $100,000 bounty on young Dolph. Allegedly. It ain't really allegedly. Go back and watch the tapes. Watch the court proceedings. It's not allegedly, but on this channel, it's allegedly. Anyway, a murder conviction and a life sentence. An acquittal that shocked people following this case. So, finally, in May 2026, another defendant admitted his role and received 20 years in prison. So tonight, I don't want to simply ask who deleted young Dolph. Listen, I have been a jurist before. So a jury has already answered part of the question for us. I want to ask something deeper. How does a boy from South Memphis build an independent empire, survive being tragic, being more than once, become a father, a community figure, and still end up deleted in broad daylight in the very city he continued pouring into? And maybe the saddest question of all, did young Dolph understand exactly how much danger surrounded him, you guys? Did he understand it? I don't know. I really don't know. And if I'm going to say he didn't, because had he did, would he have still been there? My thing is, listen, you guys, when you guys reach this level and you got people working in different positions, you need to sit back in your king's chair and wait for the email. Wait for the spreadsheet to come through. You do not have to be going in and checking in on where you're at in the hood. So, hey, Jocelyn and Young, thank you for joining. It's so funny because my name is Jocelyn and my last name is Young. So this is very, very creepy. But thank you on TikTok. Thank you so much. I looked at that. I said, what in the world? Yeah, we twins right now. Hey, girl, where you watching from? So let me ask the chat. Where you guys watching from? We slowing this down because there's no rush to this case. You know, I do have a little video that I'm going to share. But yeah, girl, thank you for joining, my friend. So yes, so anyway, so let's get back to the case. My question is for the chat. Did young Dolph understand exactly how much danger surrounded him? Did he? I don't know. I really don't know. How could he have not? You know, we're just checking our platforms right now, you guys. Sorry, but I have to do this. Where am I at? Hold on. Let me get into Kick because Kick be on one in here, and I don't be hearing Kick. So I'm gonna go back right now, and I'm gonna slow this down, and I'm gonna bring up Kick on another device. And for some reason we are not. Are we not live on Kick? Hold on, y'all. Are we not live on Kick? Let me check. We are live on Kick, so why can't I see Kick? Hold on. We're going to go into my phone because Kick be out here sending me their support, and I appreciate you guys on Kick. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being there in the beginning for the Viral Crimes with Jocelyn family. But let me see. I had somebody in there messaging me the other day. So Viral Crimes. So yeah, you guys can get this. It will be edited, so you won't have none of the actual live experience that we do in the Viral Crimes family. You guys can sub up on Kit, sub up on your girl. It only takes one sub. Join the family, you guys. We have a lot offered on here in terms of the real crime scene, the ground. We're not going back 30 years ago. We're hitting today. It's enough stuff going on today that needs to be, brought out there, and we're bringing it out there on Viral Crimes with Jocelyn. So I appreciate you all for joining in. So anyway, family, put a lion in the chat because tonight the lion is Young Dolph, and we're starting at the beginning, okay? So Young Dolph's story does not begin with rap. It begins with family survival. Dolph was born in Chicago and moved to Memphis when he was around 2 years old. His parents struggled with addiction, and his grandmother played a major role in raising him. How many of you guys was raised by your grandmother? I will say I was. It was not that my parents had issues. It was just that I loved being around my grandmother. That was it. And she loved being around me. And my mom used to have to threaten her. If you don't let my baby come home, I'm coming over here. So I loved being around my grandmother. So although his parents struggled with the addiction, he was with his grandma. His older sister was Carlissa Brown, later remembered him as protective and naturally inclined to take leadership. He was the leader in the family, even when he wasn't the oldest child. And I realized that a lot of time that leadership role does come on the middle child or the youngest. I have experienced it way too much. I'm experiencing it for my own self. I'm being transparent. I am the middle child and I bear all the responsibility. And guess what? I love it because if God didn't think I was able to do it, he wouldn't have gave it to me. So I'm excited about it. I just thank God that I'm able to do what I am able to do, and he blessed me. So anyway, he was not the oldest child. She also remembered an artistic boy who liked drawing and grew up around Castalia Heights in Memphis, South Memphis. So that's important. He was born in the projects because when people hear that Young Dolph's records, it's easy to start his biography from with the streets, but that wasn't so. But the family remembers someone more complicated. He saw hardship. He understood what addiction could do to a household. He learned independence from his grandmother at a very early age. And later, those experiences became material for his music. It did. It became material for his music. So his grandmother was Ida Mae, and her influence became so important that Dolph's charitable foundation would eventually bear her name. The Ida Mae Family Foundation continues to describe itself as an organization found by Young Dolph to spread positivity and help communities. So he was all about that. So, and that's what Leos are about. We are about giving. So this is where I would stop the biography for a moment because the stereotypical Leo doesn't want to disappear into the background, so as a Leo, at this age, I want to. So I have to remember when I was younger, I didn't like it. I just was like, oh my God, why am I, and it doesn't help me that I stand out above the crowd because I am 6'2.5". So I am a taller woman, and I carried myself like $1,000,000, I would like to think. So the Leo energy was just there. So just like Young Dolph, the Leo energy in astrology associated with leadership, it just is. And if people will accept that, this world will be a better place. And it's also driven by pride. And pride is a no-no. And I had to chip away at that and say, you know what? I don't care no more. The visibility, I don't like it. The generosity, I'm stopping it. And wanting to build something substantial, I still do. So I'm learning. My money is my money. I make it. I work hard for it. I'm not giving it away no more. 2027 is a new year. I'm not going without being appreciated. That's never happened again. And guess what? You guys are going to follow me in 2027. I have vacations booked, everything. I'm so excited. So you guys might want to subscribe to this channel. So anyway, so now look at what what Dolph eventually became. Not simply an artist signed underneath somebody else. He became an owner. Not simply somebody receiving help. He was helping others. See, and if he accepted the blessing that God had placed on him, he would have walked away from everything and continue to grow in his own rights. But I always like to stick a little video in here. So let me see what we got here. We have this video. Let me pull myself up here because I like to be on the screen connecting with my family. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for joining. I still don't understand why we are not live on Kick, and it says we are live on Kick, and we are not live on Kick. That's 2 days ago. Videos. Hold on, y'all. We are live on Twitch. We're everywhere. Kick. I don't know what's going on with you, but anyway, we're gonna keep going on without you. So let's play this.
Of independent hustle, one name stood bold: Young Dolph, a self-made boss, straight out of Memphis, who took the streets, the charts, and the culture by storm. But behind the fame, money, and power was a life shadowed by beef, bullets, and betrayal. This is the rise and fall of Adolph Thornton Jr., better known as Young Dolph. Born July 27, 1985 in Chicago, Illinois, Adolph Thornton Jr. moved to Memphis, Tennessee at the age of 2. He was raised by his grandmother while his parents struggled with addiction. The streets weren't just background noise, they were survival. Growing up in South Memphis, Dolph learned early how to move smart, think fast, and stay sharp. He once said, "I was 16 and had to become the man of the house."
I couldn't be a little kid, bro. Like, man, my grandma, the lady who y'all talking about, Adam A. Rest her, man. Bless her soul. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to grandma.
Bro.
Leave him on that gang.
To this day, bro, I use everything she told me and taught me to live my life, how I want to live my life. That's how I got everything I got. That's how I put stuff in order. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't care about money, but I know it's important because I got to take care of me and everybody. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And not literally just take care of them, but like show them the way, guide them, and keep shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, bro, I was 13. I taught myself how to cut hair. You know what I mean? I started cutting both of my little brothers here. I got 2 little brothers. Man, we living with this old lady. I'm looking at her, bro, like, she old. It's only so much she can do. It's only so long she gonna be around.
Right.
I'm like, dawg, I gotta figure it out. Cause she kept telling her, like she kept telling me, and she was hard as hell on me, bro. I used to think my grandma was the meanest person in the world. Not the meanest lady in the world, the meanest grandma. I used to think she was the meanest person in the world.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Real talk. Like, bro, I just knew she was. I'm like, bro, I'm the only person in the world go through this type of shit. Like, bro, they can't go outside until after 6 o'clock when the sun go down. God damn, grandma already black as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. What it's gonna do? Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, she was just on a nigga. You know what I mean? Bro, I taught myself how to cut hair. I'm like, man, bro, I gotta, shit, I be wanting shit. Like, grandma gonna get a nigga. She gonna cook. We gonna have something to eat. You know what I mean? But, man, it's 3 of us, bro. Like, shit, we want snacks and shit at school.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I'm sick of wearing the same pair of shoes. I'm sick of borrowing my cousin clothes.
You know what's funny? Is I remember that time that happened for me. I had I always liked different things. And when I was 14 years old, I'm from upstate in New York. And I happened to be around somebody that was from actually like Bronx, Brooklyn. And I was like, okay, I like her style. And I kept saying, why can't I be like this? I don't want to. I said, it's time to get a job. And I remember my first bus ride to New York when I ended up getting my gold fronts, my bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair. I had a Fendi bag, and I definitely had a bad attitude. I'm telling you, that's when I started like, okay, this is me. And I felt good. I had my shearlings on. You know, I'm in drip. I'm wearing fur coats down to the ground. And I'm 6'2". Where you find a fur coat down to the ground? I'm wearing white fur. It was my element. And I loved everything about it. Still do. Just a little older and the heels don't fit as comfortable as they used to. But I try.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
bro, I'm sick of, like, we was just, man, we was, and like, bro, the main thing, bro, we was just super blessed. We had that old lady in our life, bro, and she just gave us the game. Like,
Dolph never shied away from his street ties. While others chased record deals, he chose
God, that is the problem, you guys. And I understand it because I know there was a few people I wanted to end up bringing down here, getting them to see the lifestyle. We don't have to live like that in the concrete jungle. We don't have to hear sirens every minute. We can live in peace. But I'm realizing today, I don't want nobody down here. Stay where the hell you at. Stay where you're at. So guess what? Let's get back into the story. So chat, do you believe childhood struggle creates stronger entrepreneurs? I didn't have really childhood struggles. But my parents in the town that I lived in couldn't give me what I wanted. And I still feel like a little suffocated right now. You know, I just started this channel and I'm so thankful for my husband for putting it together for me. Thank you, babe. But anyway, so yeah, it's state of the art, you guys. I just haven't opened it up. And the only time I open it up is on These Criminals Are Crafty. So go on to there, like, share, and subscribe to that channel as well. It's new, so don't meet us there. Beat us there. Get over there now. Like, share, and subscribe to These Criminals Are Crafty. Then you will see the entire studio where I craft and I break down cases as well. But anyway, so chat. Do you think the struggle make you more of an entrepreneur, or what do you think it is? And remember that question, you guys. So it's later on. Okay. So Dolph did not arrive through an overnight viral record. Okay. The career was built through mixtapes. Everybody back then had a mixtape somewhere. His early run included Paper Route Campaign, released in 2008. From there, the Paper Route Campaign became much bigger. Than an album or a mixed title. It became his business identity. And think about that name. Remember the name, Paper Route Campaign. What does a paper route mean? Think about it. I don't know how many of you had a paper route. I never had a paper route, but I do know people that's had paper routes before. It means that you wake up every morning and you got to be on time. You got to get that paper out there before that coffee cup is, while that coffee pot is brewing. You got to get it out there at that time. So when they get done, they can be on the front porch. And my mama and my daddy used to get the paper. So I know they used to wait for that paper before they make their coffee. So you wake up early, you work, you deliver it, you make your rounds, you do it again the next day. Okay, so that concept perfectly represented Dolph's public business image. The repetition, the hustle, the ownership. Young Dolph developed his audience regionally through Memphis and the South before breaking much wider nationally. Sorry, guys. And you be talking like I talk all day at work. Then I get on here and I be thirsty in my I be in court hearings and and I get on here and I do it again. But that's okay because I love you guys. And this is where I feel like my energy is more accepted. So don't mind me. I'm sipping and that's okay. So let's keep going with this case. So then the mainstream started catching up to young Dolph, like myself. His appearance on OT Genesis Cut It helped expose him to a much larger audience. And in 2016, he released his debut studio album, King of Memphis. And pause right there, you guys. Let's pause. King of Memphis. Memphis. What? Memphis. Listen, I have a list and a gap, so it comes out like this. It's okay. So all you gap teeth people in the chat, throw one in because your girl is a gap tooth queen. And some things don't come out the same. It's okay. I'm just enjoying myself right now. So family, if we're doing Deadly Leos, how does a Leo title his debut album? Where is this coming from? I'm hearing you guys and I'm so thankful. But sometimes, why's my... Listen, you guys, hold on. We're going to figure this out before we go any further. Listen, I got all the time in the world today. And we're going to sit here and give our thanks to Young Dolph and what he offered to the community of music. So hold on. Let me get over here. Let me make sure you guys drop a one in the chat and let me know if you're a gab tooth queen or king. We say words a little differently. So it's okay. Just understand you're going to get what you're going to get on this channel. And that's because it's my channel and it's what I do. It's what I do. I'm a talk. Not only do I have this gap, I'm from New York. So it's a little more like this. It's all good. I promise y'all know what I'm saying. Anyway, I don't know why. Kick, if you are on here, let me know because I am just having the hardest time right now with my... Oh, let me log in. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the problem. I sound like Mike Tyson. Maybe that's the problem, you guys. But anyway, let's keep it serious here. Hold on, let's see. That's that's not working. Anyway, let's keep going, you guys. So, family, if we're doing Deadly Leos, how does a Leo title his debut album? How would you title it? I know for myself, if I got a title coming out, listen, I'm gonna be She That Girl or She the Queen of New York. Listen, it's gonna be higher than anybody else. So that's why he named his King of Memphis. And I get it. But that title is more than branding. Calling yourself the King of Memphis in a city with established rap stars naturally created friction. It's almost like what's the name? R. Kelly, sorry. He the king of R&B. And then you came and the next thing you know we had Bobby Brown. He was the king of... And then we had Michael Jackson. He the king. It's only one king and that king is Michael Jackson. Period. Point blank. Stop it. It's no other kings but Michael Jackson. My own opinion. So in a city that had established rappers, this did not go well. Dolph wasn't quietly asking for permission. He announced himself. I'm that dude. I'm that ninja. Bruh, it's me. Everybody else, y'all beneath me. So that's what he was saying. And he said it too loud. So Young Dolph's biggest story may actually be his business story. You know, he accomplished a lot. And he did not allow anybody to take him off his course business-wise. But that's why sometimes you got to step out of that YouTube. I don't understand YouTube. I don't, because they tell us we can't say certain things, and then it's be other channels that have 1 million subscribers and they saying it all day, every day. But then the little people like ourselves, we say it, and then we get a little tap on the wrist. You go in the next thing you have a message saying that you said the wrong thing. What are we talking about here? I watch Law and Crime all day and I mimic everything that they say, and they're still on here. Whatever. Maybe I'll come to that point. You guys, if you like, share, and subscribe to the channel, we can get to the Law and Order type status so they can get off my back. Okay? So Paper Route Empire became the vehicle of it all. And eventually, instead of young Dolph being the only star, guess what he did? He brought the crabs in the barrel along with him. Key Glock, Kenny Money, Big Moochie Grape, Jay Fizzle. Other artists would follow, and the official rap Route Empire, Paper Route Empire, was formed. Key Glock became especially important. Dolph and Glock became one of Memphis rap's recognizable pairing through projects including Dumb and Dumber and Dumb and the Dumber 2. I don't know if I want to be associated with Dumb and the Dumber. But you know what? Let's go back to our video and maybe we can understand why they named themselves Dumb and Dumber. How about that? Let me fix my uniform. Here we go.
Pendants. In 2010, he dropped Welcome to Dolph World, then followed with a string of mixtapes like high-class street music. But it was Preach that made him a household name in the trap scene. With his label Paper Route Empire, Dolph kept full control of his music, business, and vision. No middleman and 360 deals, just straight hustle. And his street rep? It only added to the mystique. Dolph was a real one and the streets respected it. 2016 was a turning point. Dolph dropped his debut album King of Memphis, a bold title that rubbed a few the wrong way, especially another Memphis rapper, Yo Gotti. Their quiet tension turned public. The beef brewed heavy, and soon the disses turned to gunfire. In 2017, Dolph survived over 100 shots in Charlotte. Later that year, he was shot again in Los Angeles, but survived. He flipped the pain into music with the album Bulletproof, turning near death into motivation. Dolph was untouchable, at least it seemed. He bought cars for fans, gave out turkeys on holidays, and motivated the streets with messages of ownership and loyalty. But even kings can fall, and street loyalty can turn deadly. On November 17, 2021, young Dolph was gunned down in broad daylight at Makita's homemade butter cookies in his hometown of Memphis. The city was shocked, fans devastated. The rap game lost another voice too soon. Investigations revealed connections, revenge, and betrayal. The shooters weren't just random. This was calculated, premeditated, a life taken at 36, in the city he repped, the place he gave back to. Young Dolph died in the same streets he once tried to uplift.
Important clues in solving a mystery in Memphis. Who shot?
This is terrible, you guys. This young man had everything going for himself. Every freaking thing. But because of the Lamborghinis, the chains, all of this stuff, he became a target. You know, there was another side of Dolph. This part needs emphasis because it explains why Memphis reacted so strongly to his passing. Dolph became known for giving back. Reporting documented Thanksgiving turkey giveaways, donations to schools. He did backpack drives. His family connected their generosity to feeding the homeless, the addicted, because his parents was addicted to substances. So his grandmother would go in to these communities and she would feed the communities. So he named his that society that he created after his grandmother. This young man, but I promise you guys, there was warnings. There was warnings, okay? Just think about it. So Dolph had a public competitive history with figures connected to another Memphis music camp. I'm going to call it an Ang with the big G before it. There were diss records. There were insults. There was competitive tension. But this is where your wording has to be precise. A rap feud, see, precise, right? I told you about the gap in the teeth and the thing. You get what you get. And once you become a part of this family, you will understand the host speaks like this. So, a rap feud is not proof that someone participated in a crime, okay? You can go through a rap feud. What the heck? I'm sorry. I cannot. I laugh at myself. I enjoy my own self. That's funny. There's certain words you just can't get out. Okay. My mother should have got me speech therapy. It did. Okay. Here we go. Just because you are in a feud on a rap tape, that doesn't mean that you're a criminal, okay? So in February 2017, Young Dolph's SUV was hit by a barrage of gunfire in Charlotte, North Carolina. Dolph survived because the vehicle had protective armor, okay? Charges brought against Black youngster and others in connection with that incident, but they were dropped. Let me tell you something, you guys. You got to open up that eye that sees everything beyond your rose petal glasses. It's all connected from the bottom to the top. And once they see that you are making a mockery of what they allowed you to have, you didn't earn nothing on yourself, bro. None. They allowed you. They have this big pot, like what's that called? What's it called? The white elephant, where you pick in, you get a good prize, you get a bad prize. They got this big pot of y'all names out there that they done went on to social media and said, okay, they making a little buzz. They can bring us this money. Okay, we got this pot. We got Young Dolph. We got Bobby Shmurda. We have what's the other one with the Rico? We got all these young somebody. We got all these in this pot. We got Tory Lanez. Everybody's in this pot, okay? Amongst XXXTentacion, if I said it correctly, they're all in this pot, okay? They found you. You did not find them. They found you. So not only do they have this pot filled with just you guys, they have it filled with other people, okay? So they break down the numbers. Everything is about the numbers, you guys. They break down the numbers. It doesn't matter what crime you commit. It doesn't matter what you do. They break the numbers down. Okay, let's check they Spotify. Oh, wow. They bringing in numbers. Let's check their YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Kick, TikTok, everything. Okay. Let them have it. And then you become bigger than the program. Ain't no hope bigger than the program. Not bigger than the program. And you ain't bigger than the program. You either continue to play the game of the program or you meet your own demise. Go back and watch the other episodes. So Dolph responded almost like Dolph would. He turned being pow into a marketing thing. Where is your brains? The next project, bulletproof. You're not, bruh. And they're going to show you. Do you not see where R. Kelly is? Bill Cosby. But you go to these old country singing places, ain't nobody nowhere. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to be smart in this, man. Let me shut up for they shut down this little channel that nobody's watching me. It's okay, though. Because I know TikTok and... Where we at, TikTok? TikTok is in the building. I think we just connected to... Hold on. Let's go down here. Like I said, I ain't rushing through this. I ain't got nowhere to go. Nothing to do tonight. But I think we are connected to... Kick is a little different. Like Kick, they will kick you off. They will give you a whole lot of grace. But hold on, y'all. So I'm going to let that play and see if it catches up. But I can't see it over here. But I do see. Let me go into Facebook and give Facebook their praise because everybody need their flowers. Hey, Facebook, I appreciate you guys. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. Ain't no hope bigger than the program. Listen, none of y'all is bigger than the program. And once you realize that, Tory Lanez, Bobby Smurda, none of y'all is bigger than the program. And they will come and humble you like none ever has humbled you before. So, okay, we are live on Facebook. That's good. That's good to know. So, I already know, so y'all don't have to come humble me because I'm humbled, okay? So months later, in September 2017, Dolph was pow multiple times after an altercation outside a Hollywood hotel. And once again, he survived. Now, family, this is the moment where I want you guys to think. Please think. If someone survives being targeted once, then survives another targeting, when do you say I'm moving to Bora Bora? Or I'm falling off the map? Do you become afraid? Or do you start believing maybe I really am untouchable? You can't think that unless you Jesus Christ. You can't think that. There's no possible way you can think you are untouchable. Have you not watched Goodfellas? When he went to become a marked man or whatever with it, back in the Italians, they would have to become, Joe Pesci paid that role. He went in there like, okay, I'm about to become this. And they took him out. There's nobody bigger than the program. There's nobody bigger than the program, you guys. Please. So we cannot know exactly what Dolph thought privately, but publicly, survival became one of his legends. The Bulletproof Vehicle, the album Bulletproof, the song 100 Pow Pows. It almost turned mortality into branding. And that's chilling when you know where the story ends. It doesn't end up with him laying next to Simmons. What's his name? Kamar Lee husband. He ain't laying next to him doing yoga, because that's where I would go. I'm telling you, let me tell you something. If anything comes against me in the name of Jesus, I rebuke it all. I rebuke all y'all comments, y'all negativity against this channel, because God knows that this channel is what it is, and it's not about putting nobody down. But anyway, it's about keeping these stories alive. I am hightailing my hiding out of here, okay? I'm not sitting around figuring out. If I could say, well, I could go to here and I could be sitting next to, what is his name? Not Richard. You guys, I'm so silly sometimes. I said Richard Simmons. Listen, if I need to be in here doing yoga with Richard Simmons, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So now, okay, listen. We're going to slow this way down, you guys. Okay. We're going to slow it down. Way down. Because we have people typing over here. Hold on. It's hard sometimes keeping up with so many chats, and I apologize. But I think we got kick over there. You guys see my change is over here. Wait. Right there. Y'all see it. That is my tip bucket. And right there is my Cash App. You guys, I would appreciate $1 for Leo season. I don't care if it's $1, $2, 50 cents. I will appreciate it. Thank you guys. So we are now into, hold on. See that's crazy because now these websites be killing me. It's just unbelievable. Anyway, we're going to keep going because we have so many pictures to show. So I'm going to break it down here. So we have our young Dolph. He's enjoying the money. It's all to his ears. And he was like, I can hear better. Thank you, God. My hearing is on 1,000. They all take that picture, okay? We have our king, not Jesus Christ, but he is the lion heading his pride. Yes, he is. I want one of those chairs. I'm going to tell my husband I want one of those chairs in my bedroom. And when I say, bring me some fried chicken, you need to run me my fried chicken. I'm sorry, baby. I love you. Babe, bring me my chicken. Anyway, so we have this dude who was on the jury that let this dude go who took out our boy. Okay. Now, I have been on juries before. He might have been a ringleader because I was a ringleader on mine. They came to me for everything. I don't know how it happened, but they did. So now we have, he made all his fleets look like this. They were like camouflage. I don't know what it was about, but this is his complete fleet of vehicles. Complete fleet. So, and we have him before the fame. It's always before the fame. It is. And unfortunately, that fleet of vehicles were all towed away after he made his demise at the cookie shop. This is so sad, beyond sad. So let's continue with this video. And that's going to be the end of the show for tonight.
Shot and killed young Dolph in his own hometown. This grainy photo released by police shows a person in gray pants and a dark hoodie with gun in hand, apparently firing. Also released a photo of a white car that may be linked to the case. Police have not said where the pictures were taken, but all around Makita's Cookies, where Dolph was shot down, are businesses with security video cameras. Surveillance video will be important to show exactly what happened here, and one camera should have caught it all. This one right above the door here at Makita's Cookies. Pictures will hopefully cause someone to step up and identify who is responsible for gunning down the young rap star. Just 24 hours after his killing, the crowd is still gathering outside Makita's Cookies. People who just want to be near the place Dolph took his last breath.
After young Dolph's murder, rumors immediately swirled around his long-standing beef with fellow Memphis rapper Yo Gotti. Their tension wasn't just lyrical, it was personal and deep-rooted. Over the years, diss tracks, public shots, and street chatter suggested that things had gone way beyond rap. Many in the streets speculated that Yo Gotti's camp, specifically his older brother Big Jook, may have had something to do with Dolph's murder. Though no official charges were brought against them, the streets spoke loud, with whispers of jealousy, territory, and retaliation echoing through Memphis. Fast forward to January 2024, Big Jook was shot and killed outside of a wedding reception in Memphis. The timing and circumstances of his death had many calling it street justice. Whether connected or not, the streets saw it as karmic, the continuation of a deadly cycle. With Dolph gone and Jook killed just steps from a celebration, the message was clear. The pain didn't stop with the music. and the Memphis rap scene remains haunted by beef that turned into bloodshed. Young Dolph wasn't just a rapper. He was a leader, a visionary, a father, and a boss. He showed the world that independence isn't just a lane, it's a movement. But with greatness comes danger. And in the streets, love and hate walk the same block. Long live Young Dolph, the king of Memphis in his own right. Paper route forever. This was the rise and falling of Young Dolph, street legends. If you like this episode,
You guys, this was it. This young man went out way too soon, just like all the other deadly Leos. So, family, that's where we're going to close tonight. Young Dolph spent years talking about money, but maybe his biggest legacy isn't money at all, you guys. Maybe it's ownership of your work, your name, your vision, and the willingness to reach backward after you climb forward. Dolph made it out, you guys, but he never completely removed himself from Memphis. See, I would have moved 1,000 miles away. And tragically, the city that produced him became the city where he took his final breath. He was 36 years old. His children lost their father. His family lost Adolph. Memphis lost Dolph. And hip hop lost an artist who had spent years proving that independence could work. Okay? So when we see the chains, remember the child raised largely by his grandmother. When we hear 100, remember the human being behind the mythology of survival. When we hear Paper Route Empire, remember that the empire didn't disappear with its founder. Continues today, which it does. And when someone asks what made Young Dolph a lion, oh God, I would say he didn't wait for someone to crown him. He built his own kingdom. So rest in peace, Young Dolph. Adolph Robert Thornton Jr., another Leo whose light burned incredibly bright and went out far too soon. Family, before we leave tonight, we're going to pray, as always, on this channel. So, Father God, we come together thanking you for life, because tomorrow is never promised to anyone. We ask you to continue confronting the children, the friends and loved ones with comfort and on behalf of his passing. Just cover them, Lord. And every family that has experienced the devastating consequence of violence. Lord, protect our children, protect our communities, protect those chasing dreams who sometimes find themselves surrounded by danger, who sometimes find themselves in a place, Lord, that you did not put them. So give us wisdom to recognize when pride should become humility. When loyalty requires boundaries, Lord, I ask you to step in right there and make it seen in the name of Jesus. And when walking away is stronger than fighting back, help us value people while they are here speaking love while they can hear us, and never become so consumed with money, status, or conflict that we forget the precisionness of life. Cover everybody watching this live tonight on Viral Crimes with Jocelyn. Bring peace into their homes. Give them discernment. Give them protection, and allow us to wake up tomorrow with another opportunity to do better, love harder, and live with purpose in the name of Jesus. Amen. So remember, family, lions don't have to roar every minute for you to know they're lions. Good night, everybody. This has been Viral Crimes with Jocelyn, and it's another chapter of Deadly Leos.